Hi, this is Mauvu taking your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. Okay. Um, Already, I'd say probably have your standard settings, make it so you enter worlds on a third person, just so that you can like see stuff sooner. And like, if you spawn in a forest or something, you'll be able to look for like a village or room portal faster. Um, And then yeah, instead of using a settings change at render distance, just use RTA render change with a F3F. And then to aim, to like pre-aim the like gap between the pressure plate and then the sandstone block, what I do is I look at I like crouch on this block and look at the very bottom of the like top texture pixel here. Um, like looking this way. I feel like I'm not explaining this too well, so if you want me to just like demonstrate this in like a video, you just ask me. But yeah, like you crouch mine on the bottom of the top texture pixel, and then you uncrouch while you're falling, and your cursor should be automatically lined up with the this gap when you land on the floor. Um, and just here, you're waiting for the TNT to blow up. Just a rule of thumb with like whenever you're using TNT in the overworld, I just like to be in third person so I can look at where everything drops and make sure I can pick it up in like in just like one circle of the area instead of like running around like this and then having to like we do a little bit more than a one circle of this like 3x3 area. Say this is an interesting overworld. Actually, no, I guess not. Yeah, it's just pretty linear here. Yeah, getting the that's gonna hit you. Yeah, you need there to be an actual like full block between the feet of you and the like your where your feet are and where the TNT is like, and then you should only take half a heart. You take two hearts there unnecessarily, like um, and also just bookcraft your FNS like in between one of the TNT explosions you did earlier. You should open your recipe book and change it to craftables only, so you can easily make your FNS and just and yeah, it's just going to be faster. And again, same thing. You should be in third person when the TNT explodes, so you can just look at where everything drops. You'll be able to get the wood like almost immediately. Just throw out like you're not going to use the cobblestone. Just throw it out instead of putting it in your inventory. Actually, yeah, I suppose you could make stone axe and then do shears and shear these sheep before killing them. Iron shovel. Like, why are we not doing an iron shovel? Yeah, you should just make the iron shovel there. Like, there's no reason not to. So if you can't place the fire directly below the animal, just place it next to it and then hit the animal into the fire. It's like not as as efficient, but it's better than like trying to get them to move and walk into fire. Like, and then yeah, you set yourself on fire, which is yeah, that's a bit of a disaster. Like, we're already down to 3.5 hearts. Like, we should be on like 7, like from the TNT explosion, fire damage. Oh my god, it's just so much careless. Like, yeah, offhand FNS I don't like at all. And then, yeah, so like instead of trying to place it below them, just like you can click through the sheep on like this block here and light it on fire and hit it into that block and then punch out the fire, hit it again and it dies. Like, same thing. I mean, that one was a little bit more awkward. So yeah, if you don't understand what I'm trying to say about the flint and steel, yeah, just ask and I'll send a video about it. Why are we why are we doing just leaving this block? Like this is just gonna flood, I think. Yeah, like we could have easily built it over here, but also the blocks that you need to have for it to not flood is you have the pillar up on one side and then the two blocks opposite need to be filled in. This one, it doesn't matter if it's there or not. Or like in most cases, like depending on, unless it's like bad terrain, it doesn't matter if it's there or not. So in ranked, you should just use thin macro to E-ray instead of settings change because it's just faster for RTA and it's just as good. It's good. Good to change the pie chart straight away. We should have F3 seed on the nether enter, especially in ranked, because like you might need to play home portal if you just can't get to any obsidian. I feel like from this like all these terrain decisions, it's very much you're not thinking ahead in where you need to go. So like if we look at it here, we see the bastion, and we're just like trying to go in a straight line instead of thinking about what the fastest path is. And like we should be trying to like move over towards the bastion as we go up this hill instead of just like trying to go up. Just like micro time save. And I don't know if we're gonna try and go on top of here, but you should just have enough blocks to like bridge over to the bastion. Yeah, like that's not that far. It's a temple seed. You have like probably at least 80 blocks in your inventory. Just speed bridge over to the chalice. Like you don't need to conserve blocks and like I don't know, maybe lose like 45 seconds doing this at least. Okay, there's open terrain. I thought you were gonna have to dig down on the chalice or something. Um, but yeah, for finding the chalice when it's buried like this, if you open chunk borders and find the chunk that's like on this side of the bridge that's like in front of the pig face, if you dig on 9-9 in that chunk, you hit the chalice every time. Is that Y72? Um, and it's actually kind of exposed anyway. Uh, nice. I guess just like practice the timing for the flint and steel knockback, like reduction. Yeah, so if you hit a guy with the actual TNT explosion, it's the same as having punched him because it was damaged by the player because you lit the TNT with flint and steel or fire charge and it wasn't like lit with a button or something. So specifically on exposed right triple, the route you want to do here is Jason route, especially on this run because the fortress is over to the left, and Jason route compared to Crack Smoker is it's faster for getting over that time to the point where you can like get over to the left rampart faster. So like, and what I'm trying to say is like, if you know you want to go to the left rampart, Jason route's generally going to be better than Crack Smoker because you can get all the pigs in the hole sooner, and then like you have a pre-made bridge, and it's just easier to get to the left rampart than like going back down the Crack Smoker bridge and then building up. Um, but yeah, to what I was saying about Jason, if you pillar up twice on this basalt block and then place the gold block on top of that, you can't get hit by any hoglins, and they'll path over to like behind you, and then you just have a free shot to like where you want to build the Jason bridge. It's very safe. If you want me to explain or like show you how to do that, just ask. Uh, I know it's a little bit hard to like describe all the like micro things by just like talking about them. So yeah, there's a couple blocks that you should have placed there to like optimize piglin pathing. Like if some of them get pushed off by each other, they would get stuck instead of being able to path up. Um, so what I'm thinking here is like the overlap crafts we want to do. It's a temple seed, so we already have the TNT, but we should try and overlap crafting an iron sword for the blaze fight, and then maybe even a bow as well, because we don't have a crossbow yet. Um, but yeah, and then as far as like inventory management, you want to split string, split pearls, and split nether brick as well. And yeah, we like took a long time to like finish all the like micro stuff we wanted to sort out with the trading hall. So, and you're probably not gonna pearl hang towards the fortress here. Oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't look like you are. Which like 16 obby, it's still gonna probably take like 2 or 3 cycles to get that. Um, yeah, you definitely had enough time to pearl hang here towards the yeah like this. That just looks like it's going in lava. Like it's just not a good pearl. Like if that's your pearl hang, you just shouldn't do it. Like just pearl over to this just pearl over to this like terrain on the right instead of into the lava. And if we're just looking at inventory management there, the stuff I'm thinking about throwing out, like duplicate soul speed boots, we don't need those. You've got like 9 fire res or something. 8 actually, but yeah, you can throw out like the most you'll ever need is three pots of fire res, so you can throw out most of them. And then the saddle, like you don't need that. And the blackstone bricks, but yeah, like with inventory management in the bastion, it's just like the stuff you don't get duplicates of from trades is the stuff you want to throw out. But yeah, like this pearl could have easily have been avoided. Um, kind of lost our like spatial awareness in this. Like we know we want to be going in this direction after our pearl lands, so we should just be looking at in that direction when we hang the pearl, instead of just like looking in a random direction and then losing our spatial awareness. for like keeping that spatial awareness when you're in Lava Sea, you can either use the F3 crosshair to like look at which direction, like keep it pointed in the right direction, or like use chunk borders because those are visible under lava as well. Um, so when you're using a lot of pearls, that's the point in the run when you want to be using your high quality food. So like the cooked pork chops are your best food. This cooked mutton is also good. The rotten flesh, you only really want to use it when you can like chug it in like while you're waiting for the bastion trades, or you're waiting for spawn cycles in the blaze spawner, or like if you're waiting for the purge in the end or something. But yeah, like when you're taking the most damage, which is when you're pearling a lot, that's when you want to use your best food. Um, SSV like half lava lake could consider, uh, as long as you're comfortable going for dynamic render distance, this is like one of the best forts to do it on. Like you can pretty consistently get a lot of stray spawns here. Now, like whether that's wither skeletons or blazers, like you don't know until they've spawned in. But yeah, if you've seen a spawner though, and like you can normally force dynamic render distance, and like even if you get bad strays, you can just go to the spawner instead and block them off. This is way like you're over prioritizing blocking off this like trench way too much. Like you should be building out this side first because this you could actually like lose a blaze rod falling off the edge here. Also breaking these two blocks, like you got a three spawn actually, but you lost a blaze to them because those are like the only two blocks that are stopping spawns. So why did we threw out iron to like make iron bars and then we just threw out the rest of the iron anyway. Don't know about that. Yeah, so just a thing in between your axe hits on the blazers, you should try and craft your Eyes of Ender with a crafting recipe book. The glowstone blocks in the wall, but you've already done them already. But yeah, instead of crafting them now, you won't always have enough time to overlap the craft of uh, the Eyes of Ender, so you want to try and do it between blaze hits. You and then here you're just unnecessarily stood in the spawning area. Like you can get spawned on, take like 2 melee hits, and that's like 4 hearts down for absolutely no reason. And then also, if you're stood in the spawning area, you're blocking like your player hitbox is blocking blaze spawns as well. So like you just don't want to unnecessarily be stood in the spawning area. Um, yeah, like yeah, 3 blaze hits there for like no reason at all. Like we've got the food to deal with it because we have like quite well like quite a lot of food, but yeah, it didn't need to be like that. And then yeah, we spent a load of time eating that we could have spent killing the blazes. And the fact that we didn't kill those blazes like right after they spawned meant that we got a 1 spawn afterwards as well. So we missed out on pretty much a whole spawn cycle there. So okay, but we still get 6 rods, so not punished. But yeah, could have definitely needed an extra spawn cycle um, to get all 6 rods there. We've already got Eyes of Ender crafted. Just, just if you craft them in the Nether every single time, it would be like muscle memory to like just put them in your hotbar instead of trying to craft them again when you enter the overworld. So it's like awkward to wait terrain. Like yeah, this is really awkward actually. Wait, is it this what? Hold on, I'm gonna rewatch this. Okay, so the eye render was this direction. Ah, okay, so when you're re-entering the overworld, the nether from the overworld, you want to look in the direction that your eye of ender went. And the reason for that is you'll be looking in the exact same direction when you enter the nether. So that way you can just look ahead, you know, that's where you need to go to the second portal, and you can just like either send a pearl hang if you don't have enough rods, or you can just start going in that direction immediately instead of like you're like disorientated here, like trying to find out where you need to go, and then like you figure out that this is the direction. But yeah, like if you just look in this direction, like before you've even entered the nether again, like it's just gonna save that like mental like that thinking time that it takes you. Okay, I don't like that pearl. Like we just don't aim it at all. Like we're going in the lava potentially. I don't really know. Okay, we hit the edge here. Yeah, so like finding second portal chords, like it can be it's like difficult to get really good at. But yeah, the best way I've found to do it is using the red line and blue line of the F3 crosshair to know like where the red line goes is positive X, so the opposite direction is negative X, where the blue line goes is positive Z, where it doesn't go is negative Z, obviously. And then like so then instead of looking at your like updated F3C like Ninja Brain bot, you like commit the stronghold chords to memory, and just like you're looking at your chords, and then you can just like look at the crosshair to know which way you need to go to get to the stronghold chords. But that takes a lot of like mental training to get good at. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the most important thing to practice. So I think you should. Did you hear it? Okay, so I think you should have probably be rescanning, like be rescanning around here, because your spike was in this direction, but there's not like an instantly obvious way to get there. Is that real? Okay, is this just weird now or something? Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is front left, but you have to go down mid to get there. Okay, so what I'm noticing here is your zero hotbar doesn't really seem that like similar to your normal hotbar. Like it's actually not that dissimilar. But yeah, the more similar your zero hotbar is to your normal hotbar, like the easier it's going to be to set up, and then the easier it would be um, to set up with zero. Yeah, so you don't want to be like trying to clutch in a position where you would start speed bridging. You just want to be like strafing backwards only, crouching, and then it's more consistent to wall clutch with, and then yeah, that's like the reason you fall. Probably have to go to like 88 or something, right? Wonder if we remember the bow. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you shot it way too late there. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain about the actual timing without actually doing it myself. But this bow shot, you need to have like already, like the arrow should be hitting the dragon. Like it's like hard to explain, but like you shoot it too late so that you can't even hit it. Like when the dragon's hitbox is right before the bird, is when you want like the green hitbox when it's like right here is when you want to blow up the first bird. You wait like zero point 0.1, zero point 0.2 seconds and blow up the second bird when the dragon's head is about here now. So like you'd want to blow up the second bird at the point where you're blowing up your first bird here to get like max damage with like still good knockback. Yeah, still good zero with the save. Yeah, block clutch. Actually, just watch this. Okay, so when you boat down from zero, I'd just be conscious about making sure you get out of the boat a little bit before it hits the ground, so that the boat isn't gonna break and then you take full damage and die, right? Like you can also just get out of the boat and get back in to reset the falling distance to never die to that full damage. But yeah, um, basically, if you've got enough health, don't boat and just pearl down. It's just more consistent. You'll never die to the to boat break full damage, basically. Um, so for like main things in the overworlds, a recurring theme is like not being in third person when your TNT explodes, so you like don't have the awareness of where all the stuff that dropped is. Like you don't see where all of it drops. Another thing was like the pathing of killing the animals. Like you go you go over to hang on, I'm just gonna cut to her. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut back. Yeah, so I don't know when you see this sheep that's up here. Does it just wander? Yeah, it just wanders over. But like you go to um you like go to a sheep that's I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so you like go to that sheep, then you backtrack to the one that walked past you, and then you walk all the way back. Basically, overworlds are faster the less backtracking there is. So like you'd want to go to the sheep that walked past you first, kill, and then to this one, and then to the other two, and then to the lava pool, basically. Um, and then the nether, um, just like the terrain decision. If you've got a load of blocks, just use them, going the fastest possible route to the bastion. And then Jason route is much better than Crack Smoker on this bridge bastion. Um, yeah, if you want me to send a video of Jason route, yeah, just ask me. Um, and in the fortress, you weren't prioritizing what you should be doing at the spawner properly. Like, oh, the second spawner was visible as well. I didn't notice in the first run through, but that's not okay. I'm just going insane, I guess. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying about the prioritizing. Why can't I'm actually just losing everything. What is happening? Your priority, like building out that platform, should have been first, then breaking those two those 2 blocks, and then just not standing in the spawning space unless you're like killing blazes. That's what you should be doing. Looking at the direction your eye went on the nether portal re-entry is important. And then yeah, the rest of it just like minor time losses. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything I said, just ping me in your thread. And thanks for sending in the run.